You are now tuned in to LightSaber Radio. If you only knew the power of Darth.
Here it comes. Let's go.
You are now tuned in to LightSaber Radio. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello there.
Welcome to LightSaber Radio, the most outrageous Star Wars show on the web. Make sure you bash that subscribe button, click that shit out of that bell icon, and use all the powers of the Force to hit that thumbs up and help get these videos in front of Star Wars fans so they can join in the outrageousness. So how's everybody doing today?
Good. I mean, I all I know is that some stuff lit up on Instagram that we started, which was a very fun thing. And yeah, other than that, it's been really good.
CJ. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, what's that all about?
What, the Instagram?
No, I mean, what's all that about with that stuttering and...
Because I'm
the one that
watching people
stutters.
fight with each other, man. It's just something different.
I'm the one that's supposed to be stuttering, not you.
Well, I thought it would be my day to do so, but my bad. Heaven forbid, take your stuttering.
So what's going on, Garrison? How are you doing today?
Hey, dude, I'm good. I'm happy to be here. Just finished an exam, like literally 10 minutes before we started. So,
Oh, that's always fun.
yeah, it's good.
Sounds stressful. I have good news, though.
It's like, bro, like half of my Wednesdays, I swear. I have, because I get out of school, like literally like at 5:20, and I rush home as fast as I can. So it's like, well, technically the class ends at 5:30, but I leave early for you guys because I love you.
Oh, we appreciate you.
Yes, we do. We really appreciate that.
I have good news. So I bought our Disney tickets, our hotel, and we have everything planned. So LSR fans, be on the lookout for some great content from Galaxy's Edge from me. It's my turn to go. Garrison went. I think it's my turn to finally record some stuff and share it with you guys.
That'll be dope. That'll be dope.
Excited.
You know what's going to be
fun,
really
dude.
dope is when we're all there together.
Yes.
That's going to be when it's really, really dope.
I don't want to build a lightsaber with you because I know I'm going to be like, cool, I'm going to pick green. And then Garrison and Kyle are going to pick red. And I'm going to be alone. And this is going to be
I
a
picked
bad
purple,
situation.
so-
Oh, you're going
No,
to
I'm
pick...
just kidding. I pick red.
Exactly. I pull mine up and you guys are right beside me. I'm like, cool, I'm cornered.
Well, you can get, so like when I built my first one, I got like extra kyber crystals so I can change it to any color I want. So
Yeah, and that's the cool thing about
They
Saga.
don't have a rainbow one, so we can, represent the rainbow, the LGBTQ ABC people.
I call this the ally saber.
Yeah,
The
we call this the woke saber. That's what it's called. It's called the woke
Woke
saber.
saber.
Is it like Santa? Is it like that Santa Claus lightsaber we see during Christmas time? Kind of a woke situation.
Yeah, it could be. Hey, we love the ABC people here on LightSaber Radio. We really do.
Yeah.
So we're just joking. Don't take this serious. Don't bash us for this because.
And if you take offense, lighten up. It's a joke. I know plenty of people that laugh really hard that are in that community that think the ABC thing is just hilarious. If you find it offensive, please DM us so we can tell you that there's no hard feelings, that we always support you guys and root you guys on and wish that community nothing but the best. And just want
we
you to
wish
be happy.
everybody the best. Everybody's equal on LightSaber Radio.
Just do you, okay?
Yeah.
Great. Let's move on.
Let's get off this before we say something we should.
It's going real bad at the start of this one. We're taking it a little too far. No, our wonderful previous host was part of that community, and we wish her all the well.
Yes.
So, we got to look at Rebels, episode 10. What did
Path
y'all
of
think of
Jedi?
the episode?
Is that what it was called? Path of the Jedi
Path
or
of
whatever?
the Jedi, yeah.
Dude, like what the flip? Why isn't Disney coming out with why was Boba Fett not as good as Rebels? Like surprisingly good, okay? when we started this whole Rebels thing, I was not expecting much. My expectations were not high. But dang, they're coming out with some fire episodes. The last like 3 or 4 episodes have been really good.
Yes, they are. Well, and this one kind of showed like a real growth in character development for all the characters, but especially for Kanan and Ezra. Because like Kanan really not on the level of being a good master at this point. And then Ezra is really not being a good apprentice. He's like, oh, okay, master, with that smart ass comment, and just, he just being a smart aleck all the time. And it's not really they're not really on the same level until this episode. Once they get on this episode, I think it kind of adjusts a little bit what they're going through. And then plus there was some fantastic parts in this video, which explain, or in this in this episode, that explains some things that's going to happen in the later episodes that I really liked.
Yeah, I love that. I love digging into the Force. It's just so like, it reminds me of my philosophy classes in college. Like, just you can talk about deep stuff, and I don't know. I like it when they get into the Force and talk about that journey that they have to go through and the inner struggle. I guess I don't know. I'm digging this part with Ezra and Ezra having to deal with that.
All I've got to say is, if I want to learn more about the Force, I just watched the Freddie Prinze rant that he has and how he explains it all, because he really gets into it and he gets really pissed off. And
the what?
When he did this rant, so Freddie Prinze is Kanan.
Yeah. Oh, so like an interview.
Yeah, so he had an interview. I think it was right after season 4 or 5, and people were like getting on about Rebels and how this doesn't make sense and yada yada yada. He gets on this rant and just gets into it. And he's like, I learned about the Force from Dave Filoni, who learned it from fucking George Lucas, the guy who made it. So trust me when I tell you that I know what I'm talking about. It's not because I'm trying to blow smoke up your ass. It's that I'm taking I get it. I got it from a source. I got it from the main source that started it all. And it's just, with these episodes and learning, like you said, more about the Force and more about how things, you can attune your Force sensitivity to certain things that are your more your strength is towards, is a beautiful thing. Like, we know for a fact that Ezra should not be trying to be connected with creatures from the previous episode, because when he gets pissed off, the dark side comes out a little bit. But a lot of his other things, like his Force jump, is amazing.
And that's definitely the truth right there. Just wait till you meet Bendu.
Yes.
Who's the Bendu?
The Bendu you will find out in later episodes.
No.
But the Bendu is like, wait till you get to the further episodes into the series, and when you watch it, and like, dude, he is the Force, I think, or he's like, I don't even know what he is. He's like part Force, or it's crazy. It's like kind of when you're talking like with the father, the son, and the daughter. You know what I'm saying? In the Clone Wars, when you're talking to them, that's how like talking to Bendu is. It's like, dude, what? How do you know so much about this?
Okay, I do like philosophy. I wish I could take, bro. So, if I could major in philosophy, I would, but there's like no money in it.
No, you got to be like an actor,
Or you just turn around and be a philosophy teacher.
A lot of actors went to school for philosophy for some reason. I don't know why, but a lot of them do. Patrick Swayze had a degree in philosophy. I think.
I know you can do law. Like, philosophy is good for law, but I'm just already in law, so whatever.
It's just good. Like, when you're doing stuff like that, like acting or law or any criminal study or any artistic study, it's good to have that class under your belt.
But I don't know. Philosophy, I took philosophy because you got to take philosophy because my doctorate in practical ministry and biblical theology. So philosophy just kind of makes sense to take because it kind of all coincides. Right. Is this realistic or is it philosophy? Philosophy is cool, but it was kind of boring. Like, when you really get into it and you really get into depth, it's like, it's like a guess. it's like
Oh,
all
bro,
this stuff
it's
is like,
literally it's like 2 + 2 = 4, right? That's math class. Philosophy is like, why does 2 + 2 = 4?
yeah, why did Jesus come here, or why did you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. Ask him. You know? Like why would I know that? Like think of the deeper meaning behind everything. Like what are you talking about? I just wanted to learn about. Because what I really wanted to go to school was for archaeology. That's what my main thing was, and they was like, you gotta take
Indiana
this.
Jones.
Well, I wanted exactly. I was like, dude, Indiana Jones, like one of my favorite movies. Another one of the master's great works. But you know, that's what I wanted to go to school for, and I wanted to be biblical archaeology. I wanted to do biblical stuff because I wanted to find is the ark real? Is this real, or is these things real? You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to find out about it. So I was like, well, hey, and I get to go travel all over the world and stuff. So I was like, I'll go do this. And then I found, and I was like, I don't like, you have to go to school forever to do this crap. And I don't want to do that. So
Now we're professors of Star Wars. So
Yes.
welcome to class, bitches. I'm just kidding. You
Yes.
gonna learn today.
Yes, it's definitely, I think that's why I like watching Star Wars, because I can philosophize, or however you say it, off of what we see, and then we can come up with our own things, and then they come out and tell us, oh, you was wrong, or you was right, or whatever, and that's what makes it fun. And I enjoy watching Star Wars stuff, so it makes it a lot better than reading 3 million page books to try to find out why something happened.
I don't know.
What's going on, Andy? Chris, Star Wars team leader.
Morning.
Thank you guys
Andy,
for joining us.
it's not morning here. It's nighttime here. I mean, it's
Nighttime. I go to bed right after this.
You right? I put the kids down. We put on a movie and we crash. Like it's nighttime here, but good morning to you. If it's morning for you, good morning to you. It's up. Back to Rebels.
Let me tell you what I didn't like. I'm gonna tell you what I didn't like. I didn't like the artwork that had to do for Yoda. Yoda in this looked the most garbage that Yoda could ever look in the history of all stuff.
Wait, I
Like,
didn't
it
even
look-
see Yoda.
What are you
Did I
talking about?
miss something?
Yes, yeah. Remember, he's in the so after they go into the Jedi Temple, okay? They go into the Jedi Temple, and they're in there, and then Ezra goes down to one place, and Kanan has to sit there, and then the Inquisitor comes and all that stuff, and then he kills Kanan and pushes Ezra off the edge. Well, when Ezra is falling, it becomes like starry background, and then he's standing there, and then Yoda pops up, and Yoda's talking.
I thought it was
to him.
just his voice. Am I crazy? What the fuck?
Was it just
I
his
must
voice?
have not been paying attention.
Am I thinking about a whole different episode? I think I'm thinking.
I just
about
heard Yoda's voice, and I was
Yeah,
like,
I think it is Yoda's voice. I'm thinking about a different episode, and I just watched the episode. See, that's what happens when you.
I've already seen pictures of Yoda, and yes, he looks like shit. But in this episode, he was very wise, and I respected that.
Yes, he is very wise. He is very wise.
That's
His
another
episode-
thing I liked about the episode is like it got into like I love hearing more of Yoda and that wisdom. Do or do not, there is no try. I feel like with Rebels does a lot different with animation. Like, yeah, the lightsabers definitely bother me as well. I don't think I'll
thin.
ever get over that.
They're really, really thin looking.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't know if that really bothers me. They kind of look more like fencing swords than they do like lightsabers they were used to seeing. But it's kind of cool because then they can do different things with it. It looks better when they're actually fighting with the lightsabers. I think out of the animated things, like when they're fighting their lightsaber duels in this, are pretty. I kind of like them. I think that they're pretty like accurate. Like the way that they're moving. In Clone Wars, some of that stuff was like, holy crap, they can't do that. You know what I'm saying? But in this, it looks more realistic in the sense of how they're fighting. Now, the way that they look, they look like garbage.
They look weird.
Yeah, they're all stick figurey and like blocky and just weird looking. But it gets better as it goes on.
Yeah. And then Speaking of lightsabers, Ezra creates his own lightsaber in this one,
Yep.
and I'm assuming it's gonna shoot
Yeah.
because it looks like it's gonna shoot stuff.
It shoots. It shoots like it's not like a blaster. It's more like a stun thingy.
Oh, okay. So like,
like-
it's like his like weird slingshot thingy, yeah.
Yeah. So it's sort of like that's more like stun blast than it is like.
Oh, what's the point of
laser.
that?
Well, because
You're
if
gonna
you
make a
stun
gun.
somebody,
Make a gun.
you think about it. You stun somebody, then it's easy to cut them down because they're stunned.
Yeah, but like
I
the
wouldn't
whole point
hesitate
of
to
having.
stun people. I'm just not gonna lie. I wouldn't hesitate to stun anything.
But,
I'd
okay,
stun you
your
and
big
stab you all
disadvantage.
the time.
Your disadvantage with the lightsaber is that you have to get up close to kill people, right?
Yeah.
So to overcome that disadvantage, you add a gun to it. But he doesn't even add a gun. He has a stunner.
Yeah, it's like a blaster, but it just shoots out stun. But it can stun people from a far distance. So you
And then you
stun
gotta
them,
run
and then
up
you
to
just
them.
run up, and then you cut them down. You know what I'm saying? Blaster,
Gotcha.
like if you're fighting against an Inquisitor, it's not gonna matter. And you can run real fast because you got the Force. You know, Jedi's can run
That's
fast.
true. I guess that's true.
So you know,
Jedi's bad.
I think it was a good way of putting things together.
Well, anything else about the episode? I don't know. That's pretty much it. It was pretty like
It was pretty cut and dry.
it was
but,
good, but there wasn't like much in it besides like just a struggle
Well,
with the Force.
You know, and another thing that I like when they walk into the Jedi Temple and Ezra looks over and he sees the four dead Jedi
Oh, yeah.
sitting up against the edges.
He goes and he's like, "Masters waiting for their apprentices," and I was like, "Whoa."
Yeah, that was pretty dark. And then Obi-Wan talks to Kanan. I guess it's Obi-Wan.
It's supposed to be Obi-Wan. Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't really sound like Obi-Wan, but it's supposed to be Obi-Wan talking to Kanan and when he's sitting there waiting. Oh, was it? No, it was Yoda. Yeah, it was Yoda. Yoda talks. Yoda's the only
What are
one
y'all
talking.
talking? You
I'm
watch
over
all
here
the
crazy.
episodes, you get
See,
confused.
this is
Look,
what happens when
the
you get
problem when you watch
sleep
stuff.
deprivation and you don't sleep for a long period of time. This is what happens.
I don't know. It just, to me, it made sense that Yoda was there, but at the same time, it would make more sense if Obi-Wan was the one speaking to Kanan, you know, because Obi-Wan has to have, like, his level of patience has to be through the roof. I mean, he dealt with freaking Anakin, for God's sakes. Like, I think that would have made more sense to have, like, Obi-Wan be like, understand that you need to have patience with your Padawan. He may be reckless and he may run into things blindly, but you got to show him a better way. With Yoda, it's like, which Padawan are you talking about? You gotta remember, dude, you're like 880 years old at this point. Like,
Oh, he's something like that. Yeah,
yeah.
he dies when he's
one are you talking about?
900. So
Yeah.
just to go, hey, real quick. So Chris and Andy, they're having this conversation over here in the chat about about lightsabers. Remember that if you think back to it, the first person that had the like more of a I just said the word. What the hell? Fencing style was Count Dooku. The way he stood and everything with his hand behind his back, that was Count Dooku. The way Count Dooku fought. So that was the first point. This is kind of a remosh of that. The way that they fight in this one. Even Grand Inquisitor does it. He puts his hand behind his back, and it's kind of like a homage to Count Dooku.
I wouldn't homage to Count Dooku. He died.
I don't know.
He
Well,
died.
but
he
his
died
form
early.
is very similar to Count Dooku. I see where I
Yeah.
was talking about. Like, it's that form too, like that grace and that sophistication behind it. I love watching it. It's so cool.
It's more of a fencing style, more of a
Right.
look good than practicality is you would think in a lightsaber form.
It just
That's
looks
that
so
quick,
like
quick,
cool.
quick
But Christopher
jab,
Lee, when
point,
he did that,
swipes.
he was using his previous fencing experience.
That's what Form 2 is, kind of.
Basically, it's on a principle of more like fencing than it is like Form 3, or which would be more more like I wouldn't say a samurai. Samurais are more attack, so that would be like form 5 maybe. Form 3 is more like, I don't even know what form 3 would really be in like today's, or in I think it would be more like, who was it? Ninjutsu, is it? The ninjas that use the more of the defend thing.
Yeah, it's more of a defensive thing. I don't know what it would be called.
I don't remember now. But it's definitely I don't know, I just like the way that their lightsabers duel. Like when I look at like Rebels, Clone Wars, sometimes it was like, dude, what the hell? Like y'all just doing way too much on this.
Right.
Like, it was over exaggerated.
Oh, 100%.
On Clone
It was
Wars.
like very cartoony, the lightsaber battles in Clone Wars. Very cartoony, exaggerated, over the top, like unnecessary and kind of dumb.
And
It's
on Rebels was
over-exaggerated.
more elegant than it was in Clone Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Which Clone Wars, they had some crazy battles with a lot of different people, so you got a lot more lightsaber dueling in Clone Wars than you do in Rebels. But I think Rebels look more elegant, even though that the graphics on Rebels is just terrible. But compared to Clone Wars just looked a lot better. But okay, so we have to get to this. I think we're done with Rebels. This was a good episode. A lot of good stuff happened. A lot of Force details. A lot of experimenting. Ezra found his kyber crystal, built his lightsaber. Everybody sat around for 2 weeks while he built it. I don't know why they didn't do anything for 2 weeks while they were building it, but that's what happens. So, but we got to talk about this because there is a rumor going around. And there's a picture that followed. We posted it on our Instagram and got a crap ton of likes on it and a whole bunch of reach on it. But it's been going around for the last couple of days. There's a picture of Ahsoka fighting with Maul. Okay, let me explain something to you guys right quick. Anybody that thought this was real, Maul is not in Ahsoka at all. And he can't be because he's dead. Second thing is, when you look at the picture, the first thing anybody should have known is two things. There's two things. One is that camera is not no camera that they're going to be using on a Hollywood set. That is no way. Second off, they don't film any of the series on location anymore. They film them all inside of the giant big dome with all the TVs that they do Mandalorian at. That's just the way that things is done. They can make augmented reality look so real that it's stupid crazy now with these TVs. The whole building is a giant TV. All the walls are a TV. Just one giant TV. They can make whatever background they want. They put some sand and some dirt on the ground, and you know what I'm saying? It looks real as hell. We watched every episode of The Mandalorian almost. I think there was a few scenes that they filmed somewhere else, but mostly the whole Mandalorian was done inside the studio. And you couldn't tell that wasn't real. You would really think that you was on location. So
another two valid points. If you look at Ahsoka's outfit, that's Mandalorian Ahsoka. That's her outfit from the Book of Boba Fett and The Mandalorian Season 2. Then if you look on I have 3 points. If you look on the ground, the guy that's laying on the ground, if you look to the right, there's a Mandalorian helmet. That's not right. Maul, once he was captured in Season 7, did not return to Mandalore. He fled to Dathomir. Also, if you look at Maul's outfit, he's in his Crimson Dawn outfit from Solo. Makes no sense. There's no way in flying friggin' hell this makes sense. A Mandalorian, Crimson Dawn Maul, and Mandalorian Ahsoka, all that just contradicts itself in its entirety.
Well, and another thing, like when you really look at when I seen the picture, of course, I grabbed it and I blew it up, looked at it. It don't even look like Maul. Like I don't know if that's even like Maul. You know what I'm saying? That could be another character, because if you really, when you blow it up, it doesn't look nothing like Maul. It looks like some dude, he has horns that's going back this way, and he has some other stuff in there. They're not pointy like Maul's thing. Like,
plus,
so
I don't see. Yeah, there's just so much wrong with it when you like look at it. It's so exciting, but
it is exciting because when you first see it, it's like, oh shit, Maul's gonna be in Ahsoka. But then
Right.
when you're really looking at it, it's like that's not.
And then you
that
see
might
like
not even be
Boba
Maul.
Fett dead on the ground. And they're like, yeah, they wouldn't kill Boba
Well,
that fast.
in the
I mean,
biggest,
they might. It wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't hurt the Star Wars franchise at
I'd
this
be
point.
game
That's
for it. That means we don't have the second one.
But
and the biggest thing I want to emphasize to all our viewers, I did not post that stating that I have a creditable source in Lucasfilm and Disney that's a set photo. The comment on our page says, anybody else see this? Meaning, did you see that on TikTok, or did you see that on Facebook, or did you see it on Instagram? It's not, hey, we got some info that you guys should know. We're just going to hint it on. No. That's not it. We saw it on TikTok. We put it on the Instagram. I think 6 times I have commented stating the person's page that has the so-called video.
hey, you better than me because I don't comment on anything. I just heart it.
Well,
y'all argue all y'all
just-
want heart.
That's just to our fans that, like, I only responded to our direct fans that are in the chat and are very vocal with us.
Everybody's our fan. What are you doing? You should have commented to everyone. I'm joking.
Well, that's going to take a few hours because there's 80 comments and half of them are really spicy and very mean.
Yeah, that's it. People just argue about stuff. Like, I mean, how many times have you put up a meme on Instagram or TikTok or Twitter or something, and people are like, what are you talking about? That didn't ever happen. Like, dude, it's a meme. It's supposed to be funny.
Joke.
True. Oh my god.
It's a joke, man. Like, dude, really, you taking this serious? This is not canon. This is Legends. This is like, dude, what are you talking about? It's a joke, you know? Like, it's a joke. Like, try this one day. Just take Mara Jade versus Ahsoka and put that up. They're going to be like, Mara Jade isn't part of canon. Blah, 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 blah. George Lucas hated Mara canon. You'll have 9,000 posts or comments about Mara Jade not being part of canon. Like, what does that have to do with anything? It's a joke, you know? Or like, just, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who would you bang? Mara Jade or, you know what I'm saying?
Bro,
and people will start fighting about.
Comments on Instagram to like, let's bang Mara Jade. Only Kyle. Only
First, let me say something to Chris real fast. Chris, if I had somebody that was working in Disney or Lucasfilm, I wouldn't be posting stuff like that. That could get them in so much trouble, man. Like that would ruin not only my sources, but that would ruin a homeboy or homegirl's job. Like I can't.
I want to
do
be
that.
first. Burn bridges. I want to be the first one to drop
Light
the
stuff on fire, CJ. Just blow it up.
I
Blow
have
up people's
friends that
lives.
work in the industry, and yes, I get some details on it, but you also got to remember.
That's how he knows it's fake.
Well, you also got to remember that they're told things that ain't true too. They see things that will never enter into a series. They film things and they do things to throw off everybody, including the people that work for them. I know I've been on set before. They'll do some stuff, and you'll be like, "Oh man, this is gonna be so cool," and then it never happens. So there is a way. Disney is so crafty, and Lucasfilms before, and even back when George had it, they're really good about doing things, you know, about causing a rift within the whole industry. Plus, pictures like these will be put out, and there is other stuff that is put out Disney that will throw you off and thinking, you know, they'll misdirect you. That way, it's harder for you to know what's real and what's fake. Because something real comes out, you're like, and then you're like, but you really don't know if it's real or if it's just it's fake. Because they'll put it out, and they might put out something and it never happens. And then they'll put out stuff, I mean, just for reality, Mike Zero, when he was talking about the sequel trilogy, he was a lot on there. And then after, well, it wasn't even the sequel trilogy. I'm going to say that it was The Force Awakens. He was right a lot. And then all of a sudden, the Last Jedi and the Rise of Skywalker, he was just wrong on everything, and it discredited him, and it really messed up his what we would think is a go-to person. At one time, he was the go-to person, but then everything went the wrong direction because they were like, nope, we got to change this up. So you got to take everything when it comes to Star Wars with a grain of salt. Because you might really think, this is real, this is going to happen. I mean, look how many video games we were supposed to have. We've had 1 out of 20.
Stop.
You know what I'm saying?
Fight me. It's happening. It happened. I have it.
It happened. That's one. But that ain't even created by Lucasfilm. That was created by Lego. So
it's still Star Wars. It's still Lucas.
Have you played it yet?
Product. Yes, I have it.
Surprisingly good, eh? It was cool.
Yeah, I like it. I really do like it. I don't like the
You
pod
can
racing
kill
in
younglings.
episode 1. Yes, you can
kill
younglings.
younglings. That's the highlight. And the podcast, that's it. You can kill younglings.
Literally, you can go
they
into
should have
the
called
temple.
it then. They should have called it Lego Star Wars Youngling Slayer 3000.
Oh, yeah.
Literally, you can go into the temple and
just
you can walk around the temple,
people.
but the second you see a Padawan or a youngling, you can walk up there and smack him with your lightsaber, and all the other Padawans go, "Oh shit!" and they start running from you.
It's great. It's so great.
It's hilarious. Oh man, I watched a video on TikTok of a guy who's playing as Obi-Wan from Episode 2. He was running around as Obi-Wan in the temple, just slicing up Padawans. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I saw another funny TikTok. Because like, guys, I beat the Skywalker saga in like 2 minutes, and it shows him with a lightsaber killing Palpatine and then pushing Anakin off a cliff. But Anakin's a boy. It was perfect.
Oh man,
There is a lot of, but look how many other video games that they've said that was going to come out that never come out. So you never know what's going to happen when it comes to Star Wars. Ever at all. Just like you don't know what's going to happen at the Oscars no more. The Oscars okay, and then Will Smith slaps the hell out of Chris Rock. So you never know what's going to go on. You never know what's going to happen, especially when it comes to Star Wars. But that's what makes Star Wars so much fun, though. If you think about it, if we knew everything that was going to happen before it happened and everything that was always ruined, it would suck, man. We'd be like, I already knew this was going to happen. Like, what if the whole world knew that Luke was going to pop up in Mandalorian? You know what I'm saying? At the end of season 2. What if everybody just knew that? Like, that would have ruined the whole fun about it. That would have sucked. Like, oh, man, Luke, here comes Luke. You know what I'm saying? Oh, there he goes. It would never have been as much fun, and it wouldn't have got the uproar that it did. That's what makes the controversy within Star Wars is what makes Star Wars so much fun. Because we can sit here and argue. I can sit back and talk about Boba Fett, and other people can say that they love the season, and then I can come back and say that I love the season, and then other people say I hate you for not keep hating the series. Then I can go back and say, hey, I don't really like it no more because it really sucked. I was just trying to be nice. But, it's controversy. You can have controversy within yourself when it comes to Star Wars.
once again, Episode 5 of Boba Fett, mental breakdown. Not the point. We're not getting into this.
What?
Do you not remember when we talked about Episode 5 and I had that mental freaking breakdown?
I remember. I was
on the verge of tears.
Really?
Bullshit.
Hey, the world says it's pretty good. They got like a 80% now on Rotten Tomatoes.
The world is wrong, okay?
Once
But,
again, hurting my feelings over here.
I like it. Like, if you just watch the whole thing back to back to back to back, it's a good series. It's not that bad. But it's not Boba Fett. You know what I'm saying? This is like a whole new character that they just called Boba Fett.
Episode 4. Thank you, Chris. I'm glad you remember my traumatic experience. Thanks, Chris. That's a real friend right there. I appreciate that, Chris.
It's just like half the world believes that Rey is a Skywalker. The other half believe that she just stole the Skywalker name. So,
I want to say this. My lovely girlfriend sent me this earlier today. Middle of work, I'm thinking something maybe happened at home that, shouldn't have happened. No, she sends me this website about some things that are going on and how controversial the last 3 movies were. And it's by InsideTheMagic.net. And it says the Star Wars universe is consistently expanding, and the rumors suggest that the sequel trilogy, Star Wars, Daisy Ridley, and in quotations, it doesn't say what we think it's going to say, right? Oh, well, everybody thinks it's going to be Rey Skywalker. It says Rey Palpatine. So suck it.
Yeah.
She's a Palpatine. I knew it. My woman knew it. We all knew it. I don't care what people got to say. I knew it. She's a Palpatine. We're sticking with it. She ain't no Skywalker. She would have been better off being a Solo. Han Solo was more of a dad to her anyway.
Hey, check this out.
Here we go.
She could steal anybody's name that she wants to. I created a whole character. So she can do whatever she wants. We can all do what we want. That's what Star Wars is about. Do what you want. It's all about having fun. Whew.
The only reason why we're going to talk about this for a second. The only reason why she took that name.
Oh my gosh.
The only reason why she took that name is because, think about it. When you hear Skywalker, you think of Luke. You think of the Chosen One. You think of Anakin, the Chosen One. When you think of Palpatine, you think of the guy who has just completely massacred the whole galaxy.
Would you
Complete
be mad?
genocides of planets.
Okay,
Like,
would you be mad if Ezra just stopped using Bridger and just started using Jarrus?
Jarrus?
Because it's Kanan Jarrus, right? So
Yes,
if he just
I'd be
changed
mad.
his last name to Ezra Jarrus, would you be mad?
yeah, I'd be mad because of the fact that that's how he's forgetting his past, his parents. Yeah,
Well, she don't even remember now. She found out at the last minute that she was a Palpatine.
Yeah, if she's gonna adopt a name, though, I think she should adopt Solo. I mean, she was closer with Han. Nothing
She
really
kissed
happened with
Ben.
Luke. It was kind of weird.
Well, I don't know if she was closer with Han than she was with Leia. Leia was her master.
That's true.
Leia was her true master, not
And
a
Leia
partial master like Luke was. Like, oh, you figured it out. You'll be all right. Oh, you went straight to the dark side. You're a bad person. Get the hell out of here. You know what I'm saying? Luke wasn't very good, but Leia loved her. She loved Leia, which, love is an absolute, or an emotion that you're not supposed to have. Well, are you supposed to have an emotion?
Yes,
Are you supposed
love
to be
is
able to-
encouraged by the Jedi.
unless you get horny and then start doing stuff and make some babies.
She's a Skywalker, therefore love is encouraged by the Jedi.
Hey, wait a minute. If you really think about it, you only had Anakin's mom and Padme that was actually a Skywalker. Because Leia was not actually a Skywalker. She was adopted she was an Organa.
Exactly.
And then she became a Solo. But Padme got married to Anakin, so her last name was really Skywalker. And then his mom's last name was Skywalker. Other than that, there ain't no female Skywalkers. So she just basically, just told all of them, you can kiss my ass, I'm going to do what I want.
You kissed my ass.
She kind of smacked Padme and Anakin's mom in the face with that one. I'm just going to take your last name. I don't care what you say. You know what I'm saying? Because she would have still been better off to go with Solo because she was closer with Han and Leia was actually a Solo. She might have started off. She was never.
She kissed Ben.
That was
and Ben kissed. And that was the most intimacy we saw in Star Wars in those 3 movies, other than hugs. There's a lot of hugging. Hugging.
Leia kissed Luke, so, that was pretty passionate kiss for, brother and sister.
They were siblings.
But they didn't know they were siblings then.
There's an innate thing. You just know. How do you not know that's not your sister?
Well, she didn't know when she was sticking her tongue down his throat. You know what I'm saying?
They were siblings, you sick fuck. They were siblings.
But
We
they
talked
didn't
about
know
this
that
last
then.
episode in a What If, okay? Go listen to it. That was fantastic. That was genius, okay?
Oh, jeez.
We could have we almost turned out, just imagine if they would have never found out. We talked about it on the last episode on the What If. What if they would have never found out? She might have got so mad at Han that she just gave, women do stuff like that. They get mad at you, sleep with your friend, you know what I'm saying? It happens every day.
Women do stuff like that. They get mad at you, sleep with your friend. What the fuck?
Hey, men do it too, so, hey. The world is kind of messed up. The galaxy, just imagine how messed up this little bitty planet is. Just imagine the entire galaxy. See how much messed up stuff goes
You have
on.
1,000 different species you can go and play with. That's just think about that. If you're in the Star Wars universe, you have like 1,000 plus.
I would give
species
anything to sleep with a Twilly.
Oh, jeez.
Give his marriage. He would even give his marriage.
I just can imagine myself holding them head tails from the back.
I mean, those are so sacred. You'd probably die.
You know, it just seems like it would just be such a fun thing to do. Screw some hair. I want some leverage.
I don't want the tassels. I want the handlebars. God damn it.
You know, I think that would just be a great, wonderful thing to happen.
Oh man.
Ray Plagueis.
I mean, makes sense. No.
But if you follow the theory, then she was technically Ray was kissing her cousin because Shmi didn't have a husband. But if you follow the theory that she was pregnated by the Force, which is really Palpatine shooting his Force semen into her, making her pregnant. So then she had she had Anakin had Leia had Ben, and then over here Palpatine has a son, and the son has Rey. So that means they're like second cousins once removed.
Hey, second cousins don't count if you're
Star
down
Wars
south.
is like, well, first cousin, second cousin.
No,
but the
no,
ones removed,
they would be blood due to the fact that
yes, they're
Palpatine had a
related.
clone.
Okay,
Yeah, they're related by blood. There's a blood there.
No. Yeah, second cousin is still related. You got to go to like 3 or 4.
But okay, but even if you think about it, it wasn't really Palpatine's stuff. That's why he has such a high metachlorian count. It was the Force itself. He used the Force itself to create.
So that's even more related to him.
Real
Just
fast, I want to
imagine.
say something.
His
Happy
icon
birthday
is-
to Billy D. Williams.
Oh, it's Billy D. Williams'
Yeah,
birthday.
it's Billy D's birthday. I want to say happy birthday to Billy D. Lando. I hope you're in your Lando
That's
series
dope.
as a
That's dope.
commentator.
You know that I still think that would be a good idea.
Like
Like get whatever actor you want, but just have Billy D do all the voice for him the whole time.
No, you just. I think
Real
it should
pirate.
be just. Him sitting, it should just be him sitting there telling stories about his like great adventures, and like in between like serious moments, you hear him commenting. Yeah, shit's about to get real right here. Watch this. Like you just have him do that throughout the
So
story.
basically, do like a Expedition World type. You know, have
Yeah,
like
kinda
Samuel
like you
Jackson doing the background, like the narrating for everything that's about that. Dude, that would be annoying as shit on an actual series. That would be so annoying. Like, why does this dude keep popping up? I think what they should do is get whatever actor they're gonna get to play him, and just have him just move his mouth, and then have Billy D come in and do all the vocals for it. Just be the voice actor and do all the vocals and just change his entire voice. Since Billy D is too old to come back as young Lando, have the young Lando.
What if they cast like a white guy though? That wouldn't work.
I couldn't picture Lando as a white dude, man. It just would that
That's what
don't
I'm
fit.
saying, bro. If they do a white dude with his voice, no.
Yeah, but I
It
don't-
needs
they-
to look
they're
like
not
him.
gonna
It
do
needs
that.
to look like him.
That would you know how many Star Wars fans that they would lose? Like that people
Oh,
would be
bro,
like,
I'd
what the
lose it.
hell?
I
That
would
shit
lose
would
it.
be that would be like they might as well just smack everybody in the face if they did that. Just reach out and just Will Smith the whole world. Pow! If they casted a white dude to play Lando. It
Yeah.
just wouldn't fit. It wouldn't make
fit.
sense.
It wouldn't fit.
But whoever they get to do it, they need Billy D to do his voice because can't nobody talk like him. Can't nobody have that suave debonair
Just
talk like him.
DH Billy D. We have the technology now. It's happening.
We did it to Mark Hamill.
Yes.
Yeah, but Mark Hamill could still move. Billy D is like on a cane now. He's like 800 years old.
He doesn't need to move. He can just be so chill that people like just fall in front of him because he's so cool. He kills people with his coolness. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I still think they should just use his voice. Come on. That voices is easy to mimic. All you got to do is have him say the exact same words and then have Billy D just come in and say them again and just in his voice. It would be so easy. I think that's what they should do. And then they should put out some fake pictures about Billy D actually being Lando on the thing, and then everybody would be like, "Oh my God, Billy D's coming back," and then it really not be Billy D.
I don't know if I can hold on to this until Saturday. This just popped up. Trapper Wolf Electronic Black Series helmet just dropped. Trapper Wolf is played by Dave Filoni himself, I believe. No, Trapper Wolf is.
What is Trapper Wolf?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, who is-
so in The Mandalorian, one of the X-wing pilots, when they go and blow up that station, when
Yeah.
Mando leaves, Trapper Wolf is Dave Filoni's character that he
Oh.
appeared as. His helmet is now a Black Series helmet that you can go and buy.
Like his X-wing helmet.
Yeah, his
thing?
X-wing helmet. Like I said, I don't know. I wasn't able to hold on to that. Like I saw that pop up in my toys news thing that I have on my phone, and I'm trying to say for Disney and Hasbro, y'all need to stop for just 3 more weeks. Give me 3 weeks. Let me go to Disney, come back, and I'll start buying shit again. But I can't do this. I'm gonna go to Disney and not be able to buy anything.
I want to buy a real lightsaber. I want one of those proto sabers, the real ones. That's what I want to buy, but they don't sell them.
I wonder why.
I would just love to like cut a car in half on TikTok and film it on TikTok and
Point
lightsaber
proven
cutting
why.
through Buick. You know what I'm saying? That would be so dope. That would be so much fun. I would have so much fun with that thing. I don't even know what I would do. I just so many thoughts is rushing into my head right now about things to do with a real lightsaber. Like it's amazing. If you could get a lightsaber, what would you cut up if you could get a real lightsaber? Like
Everything.
seriously, what? Like
Everything.
Like, what's the first thing I would cut?
yeah, what's the
Oh.
very first thing you would cut?
The first thing.
If you could get a real lightsaber, what would be the very first thing that you cut up?
Probably would be accidentally be my hand.
That's real. That's
My hand.
Thank you for being honest, Garrison.
Just
Or my
imagine it too.
leg.
If you got your arm cut off by a sword, they can reattach your arm. You know, it might take a while for nerves to heal, but you know, they can reattach stuff. But you cut your shit off with a lightsaber, there ain't no reattaching. It's done cauterized, everything for like 4 inches on both sides and just jacked forever. Yeah, that would really suck.
I don't know. That is a tricky question.
If you're Luke,
Yeah, it's
it'd be your
called
eye just looking at it.
Hey Chris, that's called the proto saber. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I want. One of those. That's like the first real life lightsaber that's ever been created.
I don't settle for less. I want the real lightsaber. I don't care if it's possible or not. I want the real lightsaber.
I don't know what I'd cut in half. Damn, dude. I'm like thinking real
I'm
hard
telling
about
you,
this.
I would cut my car in half. Like I would go outside and cut my Ford in half, and then I would call the insurance company and be like, "Hey, I don't know what happened. I came outside, it was like this."
I
They
don't
were like,
think
it looked like it was cut up by a
Like-
lightsaber. I'm like, there ain't no such thing as lightsabers.
Like, sorry, sir. Lightsaber coverage is not covered under this.
Geico doesn't have lightsaber attack coverage.
Lightsabers don't exist in real life, so it'd be like, I don't know what happened to it. I came outside, it was just like that.
Instead of bundling home, auto, and boat, can I bundle home, auto, and limbs? And by any chance?
Oh,
man.
God.
Why do you ask? No reason.
I put some serious money down on a product that may or may not cause some bodily harm. Not intentionally inflicted, but
Dude, I
I'm
would
not counting myself out on doing that. So I
That's
need the
one-
coverage.
Could you imagine somebody getting real lightsabers and you know how them people on TikTok, they be whipping around their neck and on their arm and it'd be the handle. Like, they just really try, like, I'm going to do this. I can do it with a fake lightsaber. Let me do it with a real one. Row, just hands roll off. That would be crazy as hell to see that on TikTok. Like, you're just watching this dude flipping a lightsaber around and
At themselves.
then just chop their head right off and this is on live. Like, oh, crap. I wonder how fast it would take TikTok or Instagram to delete that.
Oh, geez. I'm still trying to think of what I would cut. I wouldn't cut my car because
Everything.
Yeah, that's the problem. If I just start going crazy, and then I'm gonna be like, well, shit, there goes the TV, there goes my desk, there goes everything I worked hard to buy.
You have you ever done this before? You've been sitting there watching Star Wars, and you know what's gonna happen, but you're holding your lightsaber and you're watching Star Wars, and it happens, and then you're like, oh man, and you jump up and you throw your lightsaber on the ground and bounces up, hits the TV. What if that was a real lightsaber? You just bloop and it just went right through the
Right
TV.
in the screen.
Or you're playing a video game and the lightsaber is the first thing that you have where you can't beat apart. You're just
Rage quit and you huck your lightsaber at the TV.
it just cuts the whole TV in half. You're like, damn, now I can't play no more. I gotta go buy a new TV. That would be that would be
Oh, jeez.
yeah, that would just be
I
bad.
don't know what I'd do. Honestly,
I'd rob a bank, bro.
I would
Cut right
want
through.
I would want force sensitivity to do so. I would want some force sensitivity due to the fact that if shit gets hasty, I want to be able to like block stuff as it's getting real.
Can you block a real bullet with a lightsaber? I put up a meme
I reckon.
on TikTok a long time ago, got like 300,000 likes on it or something crazy, and it was like the video that made me blow up. But like in real life, do you think you would be able to, like, bullets go way faster than than blaster bolts, way faster, and they're metal, traveling super fast. It could, like, would the lightsaber be able to, like, could it penetrate through the beam? You know, would it really like just go right through the beam and then hit you? Be super hot, or would the lightsaber really?
I think the
have
lightsaber
enough
would
heat?
destroy it.
I don't know. That's kind of a hard concept to think about. And bullets is fast. Bullets ain't moving like a blaster bolt where you can see it coming for 30 seconds, so you have plenty of time to put your lightsaber
No, I
in front of
reckon
it to block
they move
it.
the same speed. Because if you watch tracer bullets, they look like similar. So it's like
Nah, man,
the
bullets
blaster
move.
bolts are just really long and bright, so you can see them traveling. I mean, they might be slowed down a little bit in the movies, but in my head, they go just as fast.
No, they
Right.
go way slower, man.
In
People just
actuality,
dodge out
there's
the way.
zooming past people.
People just dodge out the way over at blaster shots. Blasters go way slow. The laser
Well, Ezra
goes.
does, but that's bullshit.
Right.
Fucking
Right.
God damn it.
Plus, you know, when it's, I don't know. I think a bullet might take a Jedi out. I think really. And then you get somebody like with a fully automatic bullet just flying at. I don't think a Jedi got a chance. I think a Jedi drop it. I think if the Sith ever came to conquer our planet, I think they'd have a whole world of hurt. You know what I'm saying? You
I
might
think
be
they'd
able
be
to.
struggling.
You might be able to do some old wave your hand crap, but you gotta just imagine, like, even if they pulled out like an old Gatling gun, you know what I'm saying? They was wiping out whole villages back in the day with that. You know, like one Sith is not going to be able to. They gonna have to bring a lot, a whole lot of people. Yeah, I agree with you, Star Wars team leader. Melting loads still get you. It might be melting, but then it's going to have fragments going through there. It'd have to completely disintegrate that bullet to stop it. And that bullet is moving fast. It's already hot because it's going through, you know what I'm saying, because it comes out the gun hot. Yeah, I don't know. I think lightsaber loses to a gun. That's just my personal opinion. All right, guys. Go ahead.
If we
No,
take
go ahead.
Lego Star Wars into account, the complete saga, the old one on the Wii, you could play as Indiana Jones in it, and Indiana Jones could shoot at people with lightsabers and they'd block it. But if you shot a laser at a lightsaber, it would. So Lego Star Wars has already answered this question.
Oh, yeah. So that's got to be correct then. Hey, that's
I'm
canon.
judging
That
Lego
means
Star
it's,
Wars.
God.
hey, that's
quit.
canon. Lego Star Wars is considered canon, so you know it must be right.
I want to go to bed. I'm done. Thanks, guys.
Okay. All right, guys. I think we're done for tonight. Join us on Saturday. I think we're going to have a special guest that I think you guys might really enjoy to come and check out. Subscribe, hit that thumbs up, hit that bell notification, and we will see you guys on Saturday. May the force be with you.
May the Force be with you.
Oh, damn, I didn't get the button.
Where's the
right.
button?
Hit the button.
What is the
I
button?
didn't.
What
Where's
even
the
is the
button?
button?
Both of
Okay,
you
go
guys.
on.
I know
go
end
on brand.
broadcast.
Go on brands. You see brands, and then go to LSR StreamYard outro. You see it?
Ah, there it is.
So that's all.
Thank you for tuning in to LSR. If you enjoyed the show, consider subscribing so you can be notified when new episodes are released. If you would like to be a guest on the show or just want to give us some feedback, feel free to email us. You can also reach out to us on all major social media platforms. They're linked in the show notes below. LightSaber Radio is produced by Pick Film Media and is a Swaycast original, starring Charlie Harwood, Garrison Turcott, CJ Elliott, and Carl McDaniel. And don't forget to join us next time for more adventures in a galaxy far, far away.